this is going to be in 2 parts, right? So first we're going to talk about Saudi, and then we're going to talk about the Saudi-controlled Esports World Cup. And I want to just say right out the gate that I know I'm banging my head against a brick wall on this stuff. Like, I really, really know that ultimately this isn't going to move the dial. It's going to be the same old story. The tournament's going to go ahead. Nothing's going to change. Everyone's going to make millions. We're also we are like literally 2 weeks away from entering Pride Month. And just so you know, what I'm going to be doing throughout Pride Month is I'm going to take all of the tweets supporting Pride Month, and then I'm going to collate them into a report for the website and putting them side by side with what they said about Saudi Arabia and Saudi Arabian esports and what they're saying about Pride Month. It's going to be a very busy June for me. Anyway, with this in mind, everybody is already laying the foundation for why the Esports World Cup is good. Okay, I was very surprised at one of these sources because I've had a lot of positive things to say about Deserto. Obviously said it over on Destiny's podcast. They were one of the few groups of people in esports that helped me when my life kind of fell apart at the seams. They gave me a job. They really looked out for me, gave me purpose at a time when that was what I needed to, get through the problems and blah, blah, blah. So this was a surprise because they let me write dozens of articles, well, not dozens, but probably about a dozen, criticizing Saudi, criticizing esports' approach to geopolitics and all of that stuff. And I just couldn't believe this one. This really shocked me. And it's an article by someone called Carver Fisher, who became the US editor at the end of 2023, so relatively fresh into the job. But the article is called How the Esports World Cup is Already Changing the Future of Esports. And you can see, I spoke with many of the competing players, as well as Cloud9 CEO Jack Etienne and Chief Games Officer Fabian Schauerman, or is that Scheuerman? Scheuerman, who put together the event games lineup to get a full view of what everyone's hoping the Esports World Cup will achieve. Bringing the whole esports world together. Not the whole Esports World Cup, though. Not the whole esports world, rather, I should say. Not all of it, right? Some notable absentees, I would say. But basically everyone but the gays, the transes, and some women. Women that don't want to comply with medieval dress codes. So, the esports industry has grown massively over the past decade as what started as a relatively niche interest has ballooned into a massive ecosystem that has certainly had some growing pains. This has also resulted in a rather disjointed system where not every esport is built the same. For instance, franchised esports leagues like that of Riot Games ensures that orgs who commit to the franchise will get their chance in the spotlight. Meanwhile, fighting games and other open bracket esports like TFT present the risk of your player getting knocked out in pools and not even getting time on stream. Being an organization that exists across multiple esports requires not only a lot of capital, but a lot of risk as well. If your team isn't at the top, then sponsors aren't paying, and no single approach works for every game. However, the Esports World Cup Foundation aims to bolster the entire industry by propping up the biggest orgs in the world and encouraging them to get involved. Well, I have a question, just Sir, a question. Why do the biggest orgs in the world need, quote, propping up? Sir? Anyone? Sir? The biggest orgs need propping up, you say? Well, oh my me, what a fantastic industry we've built for ourselves here. 30 organizations, to be exact. All of them were given a six-figure stipend purely to front the bill to invest in new esports teams. Additionally, $20 million of the overall $60 million prize pool is reserved for organizations, meaning a significant portion of the money up for grabs is reserved for the orgs themselves, as well as the players. And although this announcement was recent, the process of picking these orgs has been going on for quite a while. This is most apparent if we look to the fighting game community, an area of esports that's historically risky to get into and hard for orgs to justify. Yes, because of all of the pleb losers that play the games with zero chance of having a pro career, dictating that there can never be invite tournaments because that is against the spirit of the FGC. Whereas you could just have invites and qualifiers and ranking points like a normal functional esport, and you could all make money and still have breakthrough talents and people having lucky runs and people developing their skills. When I suggested that, people said I was like a pro esports old boy corporate shill. Me. FGC, ladies and gentlemen. You can see here, Falcon signing Saint in Tekken 8, Vitality signing, fuck even saying that, Cloud9 signing JB in Street Fighter. The effects of this partnership program have been immediate and apparent before it was officially announced. Niche esports communities getting more players involved who can compete full-time will only raise the level of competition and grow the scene. Sir, I have another question here, sir. Yep. Richard Lewis, independent journalist, sir. What happens after the stipend money runs out, sir? What happens when the Saudi Arabian state is no longer paying those orgs to have those players, sir? Sir? Sir, please come back to the microphone, sir. Oh, okay, right. This is one of the fucking great con jobs. Right here, this idea, hey, we will give you a one-time cash injection to pick up players for our tournament. Okay, cool, I've done it. Now I've spent the money. I've spent it on salary and travel and all the other stuff. Now what? It's run out. So what do I do next year when I don't get the stipend? Oh, that's right, you drop the players. You drop the players. And this is why this is especially insidious, because what they are not presenting side by side here, and this is utterly relevant to why it's even happening in the first place. Okay, I'm the Esports World Cup. I give you money, you go out, you get a player to enter into our tournament. What is the benefit of doing that? Well, the organization that finishes with the most wins, the most number of points across all tournaments at the Esports World Cup gets something like $5 million. Or rather, there's a prize pool of $5 million. I think the winner gets 1.5. Huh. So you give me money, I pick up a player, that player enters a tournament, that player wins a tournament, helps secure $1.5 million for me. I'm under no obligation to re-inject that money into their career, and I can drop them after a year, no questions asked, sending them back to oblivion. Oh, that seems reasonable. That's a real good model for growth and development. Anyway, Joey Fury spoke with us on this issue when he signed on to FaZe Clan in 2023. He said this is a big deal for smaller esports communities to get more full-time competitors. By the way, again, you could have had that all by yourselves if you just wouldn't insist on sending shitters to lose 0 and 3 in your never-ending locals. Anyway, there have been stretches throughout this Tekken career, if you want to call it that, where I've been working, and those were definitely the hardest periods. Trying to work a 9 to 5 during the day and then come home and enter a late-night online bracket. If you win, you're probably going to be up till like 2 in the morning, and then your sleep is wrecked for the whole week. It's really challenging. Anybody who's working full-time and succeeding in Tekken has my utmost respect, because it's really hard. Yep, that's, by the way, spoiler, that's what we all used to do back in the day, but I won't give you the boomerisms about how we just did that. What I'll say is, if you would tell all the shitters in your scene to stop insisting on running tournaments that no one wants to sponsor and no one wants to broadcast because 95% of the competitors are dog shit and have zero chance of a professional career, then, you know, if you're not willing to do that, then you deserve to work the 9 to 5. Unfortunately, it is your community doing that to you. However, this growth isn't unique to the FGC. And don't be surprised to see more and more teams get signed across several esports as the Esports World Cup gets closer. Cloud9 CEO Jack at the end was certainly excited for a bag of money. Well, I never. Cloud9 CEO Jack at the end was certainly excited for the effect this tournament would have on esports, big and small, with some games getting a big international event where they otherwise wouldn't have one. I'm very excited by this competition. International events in esports are always the most hype events, but there are a lot of games that don't have these big stages to play on. And the type of dollars that are being invested into the prize pools for these players for a lot of these regions is life-changing for them. They can actually focus full-time on the game they absolutely love. And for fans who are watching, like fans of these esports who may not have had a big stage opportunity for big dollars, it's super exciting for them. However, this is just as exciting for big esports like League of Legends, who only have a few international events a year, again, at the behest of the people that make League of Legends, that bring the world's best teams together. Close-off systems like League of Legends hasn't had like events that are not thrown by Riot for a long time. And we've been, used to 2 international events essentially a year. Adding one more event is a massive increase in the number of international events that we see, said the man partnered with the company that made the system he won't criticize. I was surprised to see how many publishers are getting behind this event to allow esports to grow. This is the type of growth in esports I think we haven't seen in a long time. And there's never been an event of this scale just for esports. Faker seemed to agree when we asked him about the topic. He said, because it's an international stage, I'm pretty sure every team will give it their all. I'm happy we get to have more and more events and tournaments happening internationally under the attention and excitement coming from the fans. The other players we spoke to were equally excited. Anyone got any criticisms, I wonder? Has anyone got any criticisms, Carver? Have you found any yet? This is great. We spoke with a young prodigy in FIFA, now EAFC, who's been winning trophies since he was 11. Well, let's ask a literal child what they think about sports washing, shall we? Let's see what they think. Let's see what incredibly fleshed out, nuanced opinion they have. Last year, we had Gamers 8 in Saudi Arabia too. The crowd, they actually supported me for once. Usually they're against me, but this time they were for me. I'm glad it's going to be in Saudi Arabia again, but yeah, when I see the prize pool, I feel like it's going to be a big arena again. It's something that really motivates me. I usually get better when there's more pressure on, so I'm looking forward to it. Esports itself will just get bigger. And because the tournament is located in Saudi Arabia, there are a number of players in the Middle East and elsewhere who now have an opportunity to compete for life-changing prize pools without running into visa issues. Oh, are visa issues bad all of a sudden, are they? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, those visa issues surely do suck. Doesn't stop you, by the way, hosting the majority of fucking tournaments in America with your wacky noodle-doodle immigration system. Tekken god Arslan Ash voiced his frustration about not being able to compete in EVO Japan, and no one from Pakistan was able to make it to the tournament despite being from one of the game's strongest regions. But with the Esports World Cup happening so close to him in a place where he and many other Pakistani players can attend, it eliminates the travel issues that have plagued players from the region. Well, that's good. Ultimately, it seems that the Esports World Cup is trying to take out much of the risk involved with esports by doing everything they can to incentivize teams to invest in a variety of esports, even if the org never sees a return. By removing the financial risk from less stable esports, the world's biggest teams finally have a reason to put time into smaller ecosystems and raise the level of play within those scenes substantially. This is something that will obviously be good for the players and will allow them to pursue the games they're most passionate about. With this in mind, we had to ask about why the Esports World Cup exists. What are their goals with this tournament, if not profit? What does the future look like for the Esports World Cup? And where do they go from here when they have to somehow top the biggest event in esports history? Yeah, why are they doing it, guys? It's a fucking mystery, isn't it? It's a real mystery. Like, it's not like we've established why it's being done. It's not as if, by the way, the Saudi Arabian state has explicitly said why they're doing it. Let me see. Maybe we can untangle this great mystery here in this article. To get to the bottom of things, we spoke with the Esports World Cup's Chief Games Officer, Fabian Scheuermann, to ask about the process of putting together the wide range of games, where he wants to take the tournaments in future, and inclusivity that he hopes will create a bigger place for women in esports. Here's his quote. "We're doing this for the world, right? And in order to cover the world correctly, you need to have all the most important AAA games. We're starting from China with Honor of Kings, down to Free Fire in Latin America, and all the most important AAA global games in between. That is the target, so we need all of them." He also outlined his vision for the Esports World Cup and what he wants to do for the industry. "We have one very clear vision. We want to leapfrog the esports industry overall. We want to create sustainable infrastructure for everyone and help all of the stakeholders within the ecosystem. So the players, the clubs, the publishers, who all also struggle sometimes with the sustainability in esports, and of course the fans." Sir, can you explain to me what is sustainable about a one-time cash injection, sir? Can you explain to me what is sustainable about about a government that is divesting itself of oil money across multiple endeavors all at once, hoping that it will retain cultural and financial influence globally? Can you explain what is sustainable about that, sir? Can you explain if this is sustainable? Why has the Savvy Games Group, with the $38 billion they've got left to invest, decided they no longer want to make any purchases in the esports space, sir? Can you answer any of these questions, sir? Of course they can't. But it's okay, because no one's even going to ask. So I wouldn't worry about it. And though their current roster of games is already huge, he's looking to add more next year. I will not say which ones, but Valorant is one of them. One of 4 games I have on our shortlist. We've been actively discussing with the publishers. The problem was specifically for Valorant, that the calendar didn't fit. It's impossible with the Valorant calendar without moving and creating big hassle for the players. We have a long-term vision. It's only year 1. We can grow. And while talking about new possibilities for the tournament, new games wasn't the only topic that came up. Though there's one women's tournament happening at this year's Esports World Cup, women's esports is one of the biggest areas Scheuermann wants to expand into next year. There's already a women's Mobile Legends Bang Bang tournament, and he wants to do more. It's more the matter of we can't bring in more this year because we have logistically all the games, the calendar, but we're planning to expand that in the coming years, and you will for sure see more women's tournaments next year. I can almost guarantee that. Team Vitality have already signed an MLBB women's team ahead of the Esports World Cup, and other orgs seem to agree. He also specified that women means all women, dispelling any idea that trans women wouldn't be welcome. The same is true of any rumors that characters in games selected that represent the LGBTQ+ ideals would be unplayable at the Esports World Cup. This is completely untrue, according to Scheuermann, and the values each game represented didn't influence the games he chose whatsoever. And because of where the tournament takes place and past laws in Saudi Arabia that restricted women's rights and the rights of people that fall under the LGBTQ+ umbrella, there are some who are hesitant to travel or support the Esports World Cup. Fancy that. However, many of those laws have changed in recent years, and Scheuermann's view on the future of esports makes it clear that his vision for the future of competitive gaming includes more than just the male-dominated industry that it is today. This is from January 2023, the thing that Carver linked to. Saudi Arabia is making historic strides in women's rights, so why haven't we heard about it, right? And they've literally done the meme, guys. Women can drive now! They can drive cars, guys! They're allowed to do martial arts now! Oh, what's this last point? Imprisoned activist... No, thank you, sir. Don't want to think about any of that. Just on that point, the laws have changed so much, okay, that this happened just this month. Because, you know, we're making these huge strides, and there's totally nothing to worry about. Saudi women's rights activist jailed for 11 years. This is the 1st of May this year. At the time of recording, that is 12 days ago. Manahel Al-Otaibi, 29, was convicted of charges related to her clothing choices and expression of her views online. These included calls for an end to the guardianship system, which, by the way, remember how they said we've abolished that, but obviously it still applies to, I believe, 18 and younger in the country, and videos of her shopping without an abaya. And let me show you what one of them is. That's an abaya. So, I mean, seems reasonable enough. 11 years for that, right? But remember, they can drive now, guys. So we've solved the problem. I don't know if you've also seen this, but like the WWE has been big in kind of promoting, events in Saudi. And if you look, this is how the women's wrestlers have to dress when they wrestle in Saudi, just in full clothing. So yeah, they can wrestle, but well, you better not show any fucking skin, you harlots. Ridiculous that we're justifying this. Anyway, back to Al-Otaibi's case. Saudi diplomats told the UN, when questioned about her imprisonment, she was guilty of terrorism offences. This is what constitutes terrorism in Saudi Arabia. A letter from the Sunni Muslim-ruled Gulf Kingdom's mission in Geneva confirmed that Manahel Al-Otaibi's trial had concluded with her conviction in January, but it provided no further details about the case. Dozens of people, many of them women, have been imprisoned in Saudi Arabia in the past 2 years in connection with social media posts. You can see the Specialized Criminal Court, that's the Saudi Arabian prosecution thing. They said her behavior constituted terrorism offenses. And under the specific laws, it's any person who by any means broadcasts or publishes news, statements, false or malicious rumors, or the like for committing a terrorist crime. It went on to say, the government wishes to underscore the fact that the exercise and defense of rights is not a crime under Saudi law. However, justifying the actions of terrorists by describing them as exercising or defending rights is unacceptable and constitutes an attempt to legitimize terrorist crimes. So remember, if you say it's okay for her to go to a shop dressed like this and buy things that she wants, or for her to say maybe women should be allowed to go places and not have a male member of their family or their husbands escort them, if you say that, you are supporting terrorism, according to the Saudi Arabian state. So again, guys, good luck. Good luck out there. Have fun. But I just want to make it abundantly clear, if you are gay, do not go. If you are trans, do not go. If you're a woman, I still wouldn't risk it, frankly. The dress code laws are there. They are designed to trip up women wearing clothes that are revealing. They are there to stop trans people feeling comfortable in their chosen gender identity. It doesn't matter what they say in the interviews. That is what they are there to do, specifically. The state wants to use them in that way. Anyway, so good on Carver Fisher here to say, well, the laws have changed in recent years. They can drive now. They can drive now? They can drive now. When asked about how safe it is for LGBTQ plus people to travel to the Esports World Cup, he had this to say. The kingdom is going through a transformation. Everyone is safe. Everyone is welcome. We've shown this in the past with other tournaments, and we've shown this in the past with diversity tournaments in the kingdom already, that you are safe when you're traveling there. So, a nice article acting as apologia for the Saudi Arabian state. This is how they get you. This is how sports washing operates. The money is there. People go, well, look, man, all money's bad, man. Saudi's not that bad. It's really nice. It's really peaceful. They have a low crime rate. What's wrong with you? And just on that front, I will just remind you that no, you're not welcome if you're gay, and you're not safe. And it's ludicrous, and I would even argue dangerous, to allow that propaganda out into the world, because it simply isn't true. And this is a report, again, recent reporting here in the iPaper. I was going to lose my life. LGBTQ Saudis reveal the truth about the regime. Go read. It's nonsense. And so anyway, off the back of that, oh yeah, they've got the World Cup as well. They get everything they want because everyone won't say no to money because we live in a world. I nearly said we live in a society. Imagine saying that. I have to put my Joker makeup on. We live in a world where people cannot say no to cash. Apparently it's the one thing that if it's on the table, you have to accept it. But I'm gonna get busy. As I said, I've got like some free time this week. And I should probably finish the New Vegas playthrough as quickly as possible because, you know, it's tanking my viewership numbers and costing me potential sponsors. But we are going to finish it. But I'm going to have to write to the FTC, I think, because this is beyond the pale now. Now, I want to make it clear, right, that the rules around if you promote or advertise something in exchange for money on Twitter is you have to make people know that it's an ad. If you do it on YouTube, you have to make people know it's an ad. If I was to do an endorsement here, a sponsor read, you have to know explicitly it's a sponsor read. And so what I want you to know, and I, once again, had to be the one to break this to the world and in a way that was really upsetting and disheartening and not fun. But for all of the teams that are working with the Esports World Cup, there is a bonus scheme in place, right? And I will read it to you. And I published it on the Substack, right? Basically, at Gamers 8, and they're going to be doing this again for the Esports World Cup, as well as giving out this new stipend, sources who participated in the Gamers 8 event have sent this publication internal emails that confirm the existence of a social media bonus program for the Riyadh Masters. The event had put aside an extra $1.5 million for incentivizing not only performance but social media posts from the attending organizations. The top 4 organizations that generated the most social media engagement stood to earn approximately $75,000 each out of the $750,000 distributed. Different platforms contributed different weightings, with 50% being allocated to Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, making up 35%, TikTok making up 15%. In order to track which organizations earn the most engagement, they had to use the hashtag Riyadh Masters so the numbers could be tracked by Blinkfire. We also know from the internal email sent to this publication, the incentive program started on July 13th and ends on August 13th. So, okay, so we know they run these types of incentivization. Now, I don't know if they're doing it again for this, but here's what I do know. Ever since these people have accepted the stipend money, they've all come out and under the hashtag Esports World Cup on Twitter, they've all posted about how good the Esports World Cup is, what their involvement is going to be, how they're going to pick up teams, and they've all got little videos, and they all feel like promotions, and none of them have hashtag ad in them. None of them say, we are taking money from this company. So let's have a look. This is the aforementioned Mobile Legends Bang Bang team promotion that they've done. You notice how it changed gold, right? It's got a great ending. So it's interesting, isn't it, right, that in the last bit, right, they show that, yeah, it's Vitality. We've signed these players to play this game, and they're good players and everything. But specifically, we are signing them for the Esports World Cup, and you've seen that logo there repeatedly. And so, again, if I'm them, I'm thinking, well, what's my longevity beyond the Esports World Cup? And the answer is probably not much. And it's really overproduced for what it is. And again, the implicit thing it's promoting isn't that they picked up a team and the team is good. We picked up a team and they're playing at the Esports World Cup. This is a promotion for the event. Okay. Well, it's not like everyone's doing that and not disclosing they're not taking money. Wonder what FaZe got up. What about FaZe? Well, the good news is FaZe did a much more shameless promotion to talk about why the Esports World Cup is good. They used the recent change of ownership as the vector to make it look like a nice, harmless, innocent discussion, when in fact it is an explicit promotion of the Esports World Cup. Again, without the disclosure, we're taking money from the stipend program to have some of these teams and players. Just watch how they obfuscate that reality in this.
Clearly, a lot has been going on the last couple months, even years at this point. And a lot's been changing, and a lot of people are worried that gaming and esports side of FaZe is going to be gone. I just want to make it very clear, of course not. And I saw so many people tweeting saying, please keep the CS team. Like, are you guys crazy? We have the literal GOATs. We trust in Kerrigan. We trust in all the boys. These guys are nuts. We have multiple #1 ranked teams in the world. The best CS team in the world. Best COD team in the world. Come on, I don't care what anyone tells you. Rainbow Six is always crushing it. World champion Halo roster. We're definitely staying in CS in a lot of these games. It's always been a part of FaZe. Always will be a part of FaZe for us to compete in the top games at the top level. Me personally, I'm very interested in gaming, esports, and the Middle East. So I'm going to be doing my best to focus for FaZe's sake in gaming and in esports. There's going to be a lot more going on with esports in the Middle East as well. So it's like kind of a natural crossover for me. You know, I speak Arabic. I'm Palestinian. So in terms of the Esports World Cup, it's the biggest gaming tournament ever. $60 million prize pool. Our CS team's already qualified. Rainbow Six, Tekken, Apex Legends, R1, PUBG Mobile, all those teams are still going to qualify, hopefully. Fortnite, we're going to put something together. Any game that is on that roster of games that are going to be played there, we might get a team, we might qualify. We're on the lookout for some other players to represent us there, maybe. We're excited to be there. I'm going to personally be there. I'm excited to meet some of you guys there. I know there's been a lot of criticism over what's been going on with the roster. For all the people that were passionately upset about some of the things that went down, I genuinely appreciate you guys' care for the brand. And even if sometimes we do things that doesn't seem like it's the right thing, everyone here wants what's best for FaZe Clan, and hopefully we will get there with your guys' support and all together. Love you all. See you guys at the Esports World Cup in Saudi Arabia. Peace out.
Right, that's a promotion for the Esports World Cup, right? Like, does anyone think that is a genuine update on the future of FaZe Clan Esports? Like, actually. Again, just a pop quiz. There's no wrong answers. There is one wrong answer. Yeah, no further questions. Yeah, exactly, right? It is absolute grade A bullshit to try and frame that. Hey, guys, just wanted to let you know what's going on within the organization. We're keeping all the teams. Oh, and, yeah, we've got big plans in the Middle East. There's this, like, event coming you might have heard about. And, yeah, you know, here it is. We recently took some money from them. I'm not going to mention that. It's just going to be a big event. I hope to see you all there. Palestinian, by the way. So, you know, just want you to know I've always been interested in gaming in the Middle East because of my heritage. And even though there was a weird smash cut there, we'll just have to ignore it and we just move on, yeah? All right, good. Well, you've won me over, FaZe. You've done a great job there. You know, another org, I was watching them play CS and commentating on their game the other night. NRG, obviously, we know they're taking money as well. Bizarrely, another org that took money from the stipend program had to post that they're having an update and a new chapter in NRG using the hashtag Esports World Cup. It's really weird, isn't it? So let me get this straight. You take the money, then coincidentally, you have to give an update on your new chapter and new direction. but you have to use the hashtag Esports World Cup for it. Well, let's see.
Those players are the picture of determination, of perseverance.
Since 2015, Energy has competed and won world championships in the biggest games with the best
A voice as deep as Darth Mike's there.
fans in gaming.
Energy is going to be your champion. Whoever said lightning doesn't strike twice has never met the San Francisco Shock.
And now, it's time for the next chapter. Energy is expanding as an official partner team in the Esports World Cup.
Oh, right, really?
New games, new rivals, new players. Who's got the energy? It's your turn, Energy fam. You can vote right now on our Twitter poll to tell us what new teams and new games you want to see. Vote to be a part of Energy's future.
Oh, but wait, the video ends with the... I thought this was a video about... Sir, I thought this was a promotion for NRG, sir. But you've ended your totally promoting NRG video with the Esports World Cup logo, sir. I think you used the wrong thing in the press kit that you got, because you're meant to be promoting yourself, not the event, because that would be a commercial venture, wouldn't it, sir? All right, well, look. That's like, Richard, that's like 3 teams, man. You're doing that thing you hate about journalists. You know, you've took 3 examples and you're pretending it's a trend, you know, and you hate that because you know that's cheap. All right, well, what about 4? All right, what if we do 4? TSM, I didn't even know they had an esports division anymore. But suddenly now that they've been approved for the Saudi Arabian state stipend program, they're back. And hey, guys, new teams, new threads, same claim to glory. Sir, what happened to your League of Legends team, sir? That you were going to enter into another league once you left LCS, sir? Oh, okay, we don't talk about that. But let's watch this update video, because this is actually a legitimate update about TSM.
Their throne. World Champion Leopard! Of course, who's in the kill? This Rocket.
Overwatch, you say? Huh. Wow. It's good to know that they have got their finger on the pulse as to the really big, really good games.
He kills 4.
In transition again, Wavy to shoot 1v1, he bumps 2-piece. Challenge 1 though, as Rebellion try to escape, but Hockey in front of the Rebellion net.
Oh! Silly me. I thought it was just a general update about TSM, but you're promoting the Esports World Cup again, aren't you? Silly me. You're taking money from them to do this, and you're not disclosing that, but that's fine. They probably worked out there's like a loophole where it's actually not. They don't need to disclose it, probably, right? I'm sure this is fine. It's gonna be crazy. Oh! Wait. There's that logo again and the dates. That's really weird, because I thought it was a TSM video. That's fine. It's only, at least it's only 4 orgs that have done that. You know, out of the ones that took the money on the stipend program. Oh no, sorry, wait, it's 5. There was 5 orgs have done that. This is Space Station Gaming. Let's see. They're hyped.
Space Station Gaming. It's Funny Astro.
They're hyped to be part of the Esports World Cup. Remember, also getting that stipend program to have these teams, and they're using this hashtag again. Well, let's see what their update is. So.
Lucio 101.
Six shades, man.
About how to use your boopy. When you boop the enemy tank away from your team,
don't touch me.
kill people. Or alternatively, you can think about booping him into your team if you're trying to kill him. You can use your heal amp when people are low health. You've got to make sure you're keeping your team healed up. You can speed amp to run around the map. You can do fast rotations from left, right. Anyway, they don't know where you're going. You've got to be when people are low. You want to save people.
Are you Roth? Nice to meet you.
One health more, press Q. Make sure don't Ajax, especially 100%.
I'm a big fan. You're just so good. I want to be like you.
Engage. You gotta run the enemy team down. Just run into them fast.
What's that? This is Space Brownie. I made custom flavor by Oats overnight.
Where's it going? We can keep track of it. Heal. The enemy trait.
Do you want some popcorn? Seriously?
Boosting him does more damage than shooting him. And punching him as well, that's more on top of it.
Do you have any idea what's going on? Oh.
Never leave your team, you know, you want to be a team player, you don't want to be like Frogger, like a Reddit Lucio on the other side of the map.
Is this the Esports World Cup?
Oh, right. So we're actually going to have the Esports World Cup logo. I haven't even seen the Space Station Gaming logo in this. All right. So, I mean, what was that? Look, again, I'm just a big party pooper, you know. You know, at least it was only 5, you know, because, like, obviously, it's not like all of these orgs have to do this as part to get the money. It's not as if it's actually that they should probably be, I don't know, disclosing that this isn't just an innocent update on their org or an, you know. So obviously, at least it was only 5. But of course, it wasn't only 5. It was 6. It was actually 6 the whole time. Double the number needed to detect a trend. This was Guild. Everyone's favorite. Well, Bruno, look at this. Wait, what? They're heading to the Esports World Cup? Oh, okay. Music there, conducted by a stroke victim. Now, at least it was only 6. But actually it wasn't, because obviously there's one org which amazingly qualified for the Saudi Arabian money. That was the org that was already funded by Saudi Arabian money, Falcons. And you're going to like theirs. I think you're going to really like theirs. Right? So we're up to 7. We're up to 7, guys. But you're going to really like the Falcons one, right? You're going to really like this one, I think, guys. Wait, what? This is a satellite, sir. Okay. Step into the dojo.
Locked and loaded. No one can hide from my sight.
No one can hide, guys. No one can hide. I'm just telling you. No one can hide. Just things to think about. They can drive now. Wait. I don't know about this imagery, Chief. I really don't know about this imagery. It's all right. There's nothing that says to me appropriate than a sort of satellite launching fire towards a city and then flame noises and then a smash cut to black. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, could you have talked to someone about this? Like, just please? But it's fine.
هدفنا ثابت نكون متميزين ونمثل مجتمعنا عالميا، وهذه فرصتنا ونحتاجكم ورانا لأننا متمسكين فيها ومؤمنين بأنها لنا.
Was worried there. Was worried you weren't going to show the Esports World Cup logo. I was like, oh, well, where are you doing all of these things? All right, well, yep, that was a good one. Yeah, on the plus side, though, I will say, at least it was only 7. At least it was only 7 orgs, because obviously, again, if it was more than that, if it was more than 7 orgs, you know, it would look like this was something they were like contractually obliged to do to promote the event. So, you know, obviously it couldn't be more than 7. 7's the lucky number. If it was 8, then we'd be having problems. But, yeah, I hate to break it to you, it's 8. It's actually 8. It was 8 the whole time. It was actually 8. This is OG. OG Esports. Also accepted into the stipend program. Our past is carved in history. The future is yet to be written. The journey to Riyadh starts now. Any other journeys that you want to go on, or just Riyadh? You don't want to go on a journey as a successful, sustainable esports org beyond just Riyadh? Okay. Well, let's just look. Let's just see. Oh, hashtag Esports World Cup. My bad. Shouldn't leave that out. Well, let's just see. You have got a legendary legacy. Look at this. Look at this. You remember that? Yep. Remember that?
Give it up for OG.
Back to back. Great times.
Just stop. Just stop it. Stop. No. Just stop it.
Okay. Saudi money. Saudi money. Cash, it comes in bags from Riyadh. There you go, and it ends with the Esports World Cup logo for some reason. I don't know, guys. It's like, again, it's like they're promoting the event and not themselves, which is just like really strange. But you know, it was short but sweet. It was under a minute. So, you know, and look, I have to say, how worn can this bit get? I have to say, at least it was only 8 orgs. Because obviously, if it was more than that, it would look like these orgs were contractually obliged to do this because they accepted bags of money from the Saudi Arabian state. So there's no way more than 8 would do that, because 8 out of 30 is a coincidence. And equally, Richard, I know there is no way you would drag this out excruciatingly for all 30 orgs. There's no way you would do that. Not even Stuart Lee would do that, right? There's no way. So it has to be 8, because you're not going to get another hour out of the stream begging for Twitch Primes by doing all 30. Okay? But I will say, the bad news is, it wasn't 8. It wasn't 8. That's not the number, right? It was 9. It was 9 the whole time. I fooled you. It was 9, because G2 did it as well. G2, you remember them? They were in. They took that stipend money, didn't they? Even though they're one of the wealthiest and most successful orgs in the world. But they need to be, quote, propped up, according to a Deserto article. So they obviously had to do it. And let's have a look. Theirs was 30 seconds. It's only short. Look, the chosen ones are here. Hashtag Esports World Cup. So, I mean, this is a commercial for G2, right? They're not just going to promote the Esports World Cup. There's G2. That's the logo. You've seen it. Where are they walking to? Wait a minute. Where are they walking to? That looks familiar, that building in the background, doesn't it? Oh! It's the Esports World Cup, silly me. They've advertised the Esports World Cup, guys. Fuck's sake. I thought it was a G2 update. It's not. The chosen ones are here. Where's here? In the future, in Riyadh. Fucking got me. Well, on the plus side, at least we can say, with that, we can now just put it to bed. Because obviously, there's no way. If it was 10, that's like a third of all of the teams. So, by stopping short of double digits, what they've done is they've proven that this isn't some cynical marketing thing that isn't being disclosed publicly and is in fact just genuine communication with their fan base. Because, you know, if it's 10, that would be ridiculous. Like, I think we can all agree there is a world of difference between 9 and 10. 9 being a single-digit number, 10 being a double-digit number, 9 being just 9. It's also the German word for no. 10 being a third of all of the stipend teams. So, listen, it's good that we can just turn this off now and move on to the final piece of news of the stream. Except, I bamboozled you. It was 10 the whole time, guys. It was 10 orgs the whole time. Because LGD, despite being a super wealthy organization with international representation, they have to be propped up by the Saudi Arabian state, and they suddenly decided they had to promote the Esports World Cup in an excruciating 2.5-minute video. We're watching them all in full. All 11 of them. Oh, you've just got an invitation of the Esports World Cup. I wonder why that is. Crazy. Okay. We're about halfway. I might full screen this one. This is like, I've got to read the subtitles. And it's that. Look, Riyadh, the new era. Not much, I'm guessing. If this is a check, it's not, okay. But if that was a check for just loads of money, it would be the perfect video. But no. Crush their arrogance, okay. Bit much, this, isn't it? Fucking hell. Alright, lads. We've all had a drink. Fucking hell. Oh. Yeah, we'll go. We will. And they want to become the #1 esports club in the world by obviously winning the Esports World Cup and crushing everyone's arrogance. You've got to crush them, crush their arrogance, of course, there. Now, I kind of gave the game away earlier, didn't I? Because I said it was 11. There is, of course, an 11th one. Which, you know, look, you can't really be angry about this one. Because it's, you know, it's loud. It's the Brazilian org, right? You know, they probably are just genuinely, you know, I'm sure there's nothing to this one. I'm not even phased about this one, really. But there you go, loud GG. Hashtag Esports World Cup. Obviously, it's in Brazilian, and I can't get the translation because Elon won't let you do it. But look, here we go. You guys have made so much noise, we got invited to something crazy. We're officially at the Esports World Cup. Wow. Is there any other updates going on with you guys? Or because you've changed some like rosters recently, but guess that's not important. You did win that Esports award. Got a few of them myself. Another step. Well, okay. Yeah. Wow. Crazy. Yeah.
Vamos fazer barulho, curte, compartilha, que é Copa do Mundo, irmão.
Então bora buscar nossas vagas e representar o Brasil lá no Mundial.
Let's do it. Wow. Okay. Right. Good. I'm glad you put the dates up. I was worried. I was worried I wouldn't know this was a promotion for the Esports World Cup. Yeah, and they held up. It's kind of awkward because I think that's a thing they do for like Loud. They hold up like the L's if you're in Loud, but it's fine. Anyway. So there you go. That was, I noticed obviously there were like 11 organizations basically promoting this Esports World Cup without really disclosing they were taking money from the Esports World Cup prior to what looks suspiciously like commercials. So, 11 out of 30, it's not like we hit 50% or anything, because that would have been a really sad day for esports. It would be a, pretty bad indictment for like where we were at. And I suppose some of those orgs, you can forgive them. They're small orgs. Some are big, but the smaller orgs, you can kind of forgive them. It's not like there are any other really big esports organizations promoting this in a way that sort of looks like a clandestine advertising campaign, because, again, it would be a dark day for esports. I'd probably struggle if, we started getting to 15 or something, but fortunately, we can move on to the next story. No, it was 12. It was 12. Cloud9 did it as well. Cloud9 here. Remember Cloud9 just in that article saying that, Cloud9, it's all about just growing the esports and it's incredible. And it's just about that and not about the money and not about running the org. So here we go. Here's Cloud9.
The answer isn't the same for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
For some, they'll hear the chants of C9 as our team hoists yet another League of Legends trophy. Or they'll imagine the waves of blue and white confetti enveloping our players at the Boston Major. Our legacy is like an unfinished book, filled with endless possibilities for how the story will unfold.
Yep.
Our history is rich and bold, drawing from the experiences of sweet triumphs and unwavering determination.
I agree, yeah.
This year, a new chapter begins.
Okay, what are you
We
doing?
usher in a new era of players competing for the same reasons we all have.
Okay.
To win.
Right.
We welcome several new titles to the Cloud9 family.
Any reason for that?
Including Street Fighter 6,
Any reason for
Apex
that?
Legends, and Rocket League.
Any reason for that? Any reason?
Support from the EWC.
Oh!
With a life-changing prize pool,
Right.
An unprecedented
Life-changing,
opportunity
you
to
say?
compete at the highest level, we support the dreams and aspirations of players who want to become champions.
Massive win for C9. Nothing, JP. 6, Cloud9 to the top 4.
Everyone needs someone who believes in what they can do. We can't wait to show you what our pros are made of.
That pocket that he was opening up there, that's where the brown envelope goes. Just stick the bribe right in there. Esports World Cup, of course, right at the end. There's the dates. Yeah, okay, so that's 12, right? That's 12. We've done 12 now. It's just weird because it's like, I don't know, like all on the same day and all on the same hashtag and all with the same message. Like, dudes, like, really kind of starting to think there's something going on here, It just does look incredibly suspicious. But anyway, I guess we'll just have to leave it there. We'll never get to the bottom of the mystery of why 12 teams decided to suddenly post all of these things promoting the Esports World Cup at the same time as being on the site, and we're just never going to get to it. We're just never going to figure it out. So if anyone has any ideas when you're watching this, on YouTube perhaps, put it in the comments. What's going on here, guys? Because I'm looking at the tweets and it just looks like an innocent way of talking about, their orgs and updating it to the players. So yeah, we can go on to the next story now. No, we can't, because it was 13, guys. It was actually 13 orgs the whole time, because Gen G did it as well. And so here we go. This is Gen G. We'll have to full screen it. I think. Well, that didn't even advertise Gen G. I just said there's another stop added. We'll see you at the Esports World Cup. That was an Esports World Cup promotion, wasn't it? That pretty much covers it. The spoiler is, it is more than 13. That is where the bit was going. It was going to keep going until we got to 30. I was going to do the full 30, but I suppose we could do 14. We could do number 14, right? And it's Fnatic. It's Fnatic. Fnatic. You know, they've been struggling financially. Right, they've been struggling, haven't they? And so they were like, this was on May 9th, these summer plans got way more exciting. And they were like, you know, look, this is absolute cinema. They're doing the meme. And they were like, look, we're officially headed to the Esports. Yeah, we know you're officially headed to the Esports World Cup. You're a partner team. Of course you're going to be there. You took money to get players to enter the World Cup. That's not a surprise. You're officially invited. You're a stipend receiving team. Anyway, this is what they did.
Melting the front.
We're excited to announce our Esports World Cup participation. Starting this year, we're excited to announce our Esports. We're excited to announce our Esports.
That really sounded like you said we're exciting to announce, not excited.
We're excited to announce our Esports World Cup participation. Starting this July 2024. Our teams are.
So anyway, that was Fnatic there. Obviously, we're officially headed to the Esports World Cup, guys. That was 14, right? They were number 14, weren't they? They were 14. There aren't 15. Obviously, 14. But, like, you know, that's nearly 50%, which really shows you, you know, how outrageous this, like, promotion is, you know, across, like, 3 days in May. You know, so we couldn't quite get to 50%, but obviously if we did, that alone would be an indictment. You wouldn't need to do all 30, Richard. You wouldn't need to do all 30, because it's not like Team Secret were number 15. It's not like they were there. And look, the road to Riyadh starts here for us. 6 different title games. We're attacking on all fronts. Yeah, they paid you, mate. They paid you to do that. They gave you money to hire these, to take the players and to be here. And it's Team Secret. This...
In the land where history meets the future, our destiny awaits.
History meets the future. Huh. It's an interesting way of framing it.
Riyadh, we came here to conquer.
The ancient is fallen and with
Wouldn't say that. Wouldn't say that. Just wouldn't say you're there to conquer Riyadh. I wouldn't say that. Just
Secret are gonna eliminate Liquid. They're going to the grand finals.
Và Team Secret họ chấm dứt mặt bất bại của game Esports. Họ chấm dứt top đầu của trận đấu thứ 4 ngày thi đấu hôm nay. Cái top 1 nó thuộc về cho các thành viên bên phía Team Secret. Vâng, một pha núi.
Il reste que 40 sur cette deuxième carte pour prendre la poudre de Jumé qui finit depuis l'escalier d'arc. Et bien voilà.
Ué, ele pode vir mais um, Bastão.
This is Team Secret.
And also the Esports World Cup. So there you go. We're promoting the Esports World Cup. So 15 teams. So 15 orgs that basically got some money off the stipend program. And then they decided that actually we sort of had to go out there and, promote the Esports World Cup all at once, all happening all at once. And it's just like, how fucking transparent are you going to make it? How transparent is it going to be that this is just a paid-for promotion for the event, that you have a contractual agreement to you're obligated to do these things, and you should disclose that. Obviously, I mean, but like I said, 15 is like too much. But obviously, it was 16 because Virtus Pro, they did their promotion as well. Virtus Pro, a maligned organization right now. And they obviously had to promote their Esports World Cup. You can see GoGo VP, but it's all Esports World Cup and ESWCG. Riyadh, we are prepared and eager to what's ahead. It should be for what's ahead. That's fine. Don't worry about it. This is inspired. Look at this, though. This is inspired by the Esports World Cup Foundation vision.
Our 20-year heritage.
Victories. Loyal fans.
Expertise.
Young talents. New horizons. And as a result, a well-deserved status among the elite of global esports.
And they even, remember when I showed you that dog shit phrase that Ralph Reichart posted on the LinkedIn? Nothing is granted, everything is earned. While he grants money from a big pile of money that you don't have to do anything to earn except be chosen by him to be granted the money. And it's like, you just, the words granted and earned, just, I don't know. You really didn't get the definitions correct. But anyway, for real now. For real. Because I know this has been quite a tiresome bit. 16 orgs did that all at once. And I'm just like, why haven't you disclosed it? Why are you not explicitly saying in the tweets, like, we took money from the Esports World Cup, and clearly, if you take that money, because no one else is doing it, none of the people that aren't getting the stipend are doing this thing. Like, we're all doing, this thing all at once. So, why aren't you just being honest about it and disclosing, like, this is a paid-for promotion by the Esports World Cup? It just feels like that would be, common sense, really. But, of course, it wasn't 16. It was 17, because I nearly left out Carmine Core. And you can see here, I don't know.
Competition reigns supreme and battles rage.
Just don't know about the opening imagery here. I just don't know if I would go with, like, Crusader imagery here. I just don't know if I would do that. That's just me. You go into a tournament in the Middle East and you're showing this. But this is me. I'm just a guy that just, has worked in, PR and journalism for a couple of decades. So I don't really know, but this is fine. This is all fine.
Where competition reigns supreme and battles rage. A new force emerges from the shadows, ready to redefine the rules of the game. The Blue Legion prepares to conquer the battlefield, block by block, storm after storm.
Does that say watermark?
Will you be among those who dare to dream?
Did they just leave the watermark in? Did they take stock footage and it just says watermark in their not at all hastily cobbled together promotional video for them? Yeah, and the voiceover does sound suspiciously AI-esque, doesn't it? I mean, listen, obviously you can see why they need to take the money if this is like their production level that they're at. It's, it's sad, I guess. It's one of these problems. But anyway, let's just see. Maybe that's a joke. Maybe they're setting up a joke for later with watermark.
A new force emerges from the shadows, ready to redefine the rules of the game. The Blue Legion prepares to conquer the battlefield, block by block, storm after storm. Will you be among those who dare to dream? Those who dare to fight? Those who dare to win? Then get ready to enter the legend with Carmine Core.
Fils perso, il me portera malheur toute ma vie, perso de fils. J'ai pas joué à la manette. Je vais le dire combien de fois pendant.
It's very on brand to just show footage of French people being annoying. Like, just, I don't know. Didn't want to put any of the tournament wins in there. No, not a problem.
The battle begins now. Are you ready?
Alors,
look.
Elle est cool cette vidéo, non?
It's meta. It was meta the whole time.
Le problème, c'est que je vois pas le rapport avec la Coupe du Monde.
Bah, c'est que des jeux présents à l'histoire pour le Cup. Et je sais pas, ça raconte une histoire et tout, il y a du storytelling. Tu verrais quoi, toi?
Bah, ce qu'il fallait dire, c'est que la Carmine est sélectionnée dans les 30 clubs partenaires de la Coupe du Monde en Arabie Saoudite. Ce qui veut dire qu'on est aidé financièrement pour se lancer sur des nouvelles scènes, par exemple Fortnite. Et donc nos équipes Rocket League, Fortnite, TFT et peut-être d'autres jeux vont se retrouver en août à Riyad pour défier les autres clubs internationaux.
Any reason you picked up those
numéro 1
teams?
mondial à travers tous les jeux.
Any reason you picked up all those teams?
Mais c'est trop dur de dire tout ça dans une vidéo.
C'est pour ça que ça fait 15 fois qu'on fait la prise.
D'ailleurs, en parlant de Fortnite, j'ai un visuel avec les 2 nouveaux joueurs à annoncer.
Yeah, they did say they got financial support. But I'm just saying, everyone should be saying that. There you go, back to this.
Mais eux, ils sont super forts. Je croyais que plus personne voulait jouer à la Carmine Corp.
La prestigieuse, hein?
All right, well, it was for the Esports World Cup the whole time. So, you know, it's fine. That's one of the better ones. 17 orgs across 3 days just decided that it was time to promote the Esports World Cup. But obviously, you know, that's like not all of them, and some didn't. Maybe some are still doing theirs in the future. So we just have to wait and see, really, and just see where it went. But what if it was 18? What if Twisted Minds also did it?
We told you last year we were coming.
The 2023 Gamers Inc. Club Award champions, Twisted Mind.
You didn't listen. We had to show you. Now we're ready
Get
for
a dubstep. I haven't heard that in a while. Wah, 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 wah.
The underdogs are now with the big dogs.
So there you go. 18 orgs shamelessly engaged in this behavior. It's like actually fucking unreal. Again, not one of them. Anyone think for like a moment that maybe we should like talk? You know, a couple did explicitly say we're taking money from this, but these are clearly promotional videos. So you know, I'm astounded at like sort of how brazen it is. I guess like you know because. I don't know. It feels like this is an issue. It feels like this is a problem. You know, that's just me again. You know, so I don't know. But what if it was 19? Because obviously we forgot Furia, and what if they did a 39-second one? Look, They were very kind here because what they did with Fallen is they were like, he said, "Listen, I'll be in the video, but can you not like show the fact that I'm on my second hair transplant?" And they went, "Yeah, got you, fam." That's what they did there. You see, that was like that's where because you know I've been on camera as well, and you know you get sensitive about certain things, and so what you do is, can you like not show? Like, oh, can I, like, if I'm sat down, can the desk, like, you know, just, can you film me from, like, the, you know, here up so it doesn't look like I got a belly or, you know, whatever it might be. And so, you know, you can see he was like, listen, I'll be in your video, fam, but, like, this is not going to work. Like, this is, you know, I've got to get the plugs again. So they're like, okay, we got you covered. And you see, whoop. And then he comes in. Right, focus, yep, look, that's it. Whoop. No hairline whatsoever. Incredible. Obviously a partnership made in heaven because they are both vehemently anti the number 24, aren't they? So, yeah, so that was Furia. That was 19, right? That was 19 of the 30 organizations brazenly promoting the Esports World Cup without disclosing, like, oh, hey, we just took a bunch of money from these motherfuckers and now we're releasing a promotional video promoting their event more than we're promoting ourselves. But just to let you know, we're going to be at the event. Definitely watch the event, yeah, because we're going to be there, yeah. Watch this event. But even if we weren't there, maybe watch the event. So 19, it's just crazy. 19, and they're all big orgs. You know, that's the thing with it. You know. Now, obviously, I'm not going to blue ball you and end on 19 because 19's not a round number. So we'll go 20. It was actually 20. It was 20 the whole time. I knew from the start of the bit the number was 20. And Talon Esports, Riyad awaits. Who will answer the call? Talon Al Gaib. Talon Al Gaib. That's what they say. Al Gaib. Al Gaib. Al Gaib. From Dune. You've seen Dune, right? We're Dune's set in the desert, yeah? So that's where we're going.
2 full moons from now, a great battle will take place in the desert plains of Riyadh. Talon, are you ready to prove you are the greatest organization at the Esports World Cup?
If I'm going to do this, I'm going to need all the talent teams at my side.
By the way, I can kind of fuck with how cringe this is. I do. I want it on record. I like this whole situation is so cringe. Like, just blow that conch, sir. Blow that conch as hard as you can.
Talent team, assemble!
The goals there, of course.
The golden age of esports has finally arrived. Will you answer a call or be left behind and fall?
Talon Al Gaib.
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 CNEWC Riyadh.
Talent team, assemble!
Holy shit. Have you seen the prize pool?
Life-changing money, I heard. And there it is. And there's the logo for the Esports World Cup again. Because obviously, you know, that's like what we're promoting here. Well done, though. Well done. Best of a bad bunch, right? 20 orgs shamelessly doing this, though. Fucking mind-blowing. All just in there, you know, using that hashtag. We've seen them, haven't we? We've seen them doing it. What if it was 21? What if it was 21 organizations doing it? Because Penta Esports, they were here. You can see, look, they've used all the hashtags, right? They've gone overboard on the fucking hashtags. They've done Esports World Cup, Esports India, right? Saudi Arabia. They just hashtag the country, hashtag esports audience. They are hashed out of their fucking mind right now. They are so hashed up to the fucking max. 108 views, 305 followers. What's going on there?
$8+ मिलियन के प्राइस पूल वाले esports वर्ल्ड कप का शेड्यूल अनाउंस हो चुका है। ये इवेंट रियाद सऊदी अरेबिया में होगा 3 जुलाई से 25 अगस्त तक और इस इवेंट में मल्टीपल esports स्टाइल्स की टूर्नामेंट्स होंगी। लीग ऑफ लेजेंड्स खेला जाएगा वीक 1 में, मोबाइल लेजेंड्स बैंक खेला जाएगा वीक्स 1, 2 और 4 में, डोटा 2 खेला जाएगा वीक्स 1, 2 और 3 में, फ्री फायर खेला जाएगा वीक 2 में, काउंटर स्ट्राइक 2 खेला जाएगा वीक 3 में, पबजी मोबाइल खेला जाएगा वीक्स 3 और 4 में, ओवरवॉच
They're playing mobile games. Just in case you didn't realize. No, see, I'm joking. It wasn't really 21. It was only 20. That's just an Indian news channel. It's not like all the orgs did it. So just threw that in, you know, because I can't get to 21 legitimately, unfortunately. I scoured the hashtag, and I'm 10 short. I really wanted to get to 30. I wanted them all to do it, but I just couldn't. So we can leave it there. We can talk about the final story of the evening before my ISP shuts me down for real this time. Because obviously, yeah, it's just like, this just kind of bummed me out. So I wanted to do a little palate cleanser of fun. Now, just kidding. There really was 21 the whole time. There was 21 the whole time. This is Tundra, obviously, not Penta. You can see Tundra See, that's a double fake out. I got you with that. This was Tundra. Winter is coming to Riyadh. The Tundra, the rolling Tundra. You see what they've done there? There was 21.
How about we hire a castle? Hold a banquet.
No.
Cybertronic, AI synced, NFT crypto bots that shoot lasers.
It's a club announcement. That's all we need. We'll do it ourselves.
Hello, I'm Maxim. And I'm David. Today we have some exciting news to share with you.
Do you?
It's with great pride that I have the pleasure to announce that Tundra Esports will be competing in the Esports World Cup, happening in Riyadh, July this year.
Amazing.
A staggering $60 million prize pool.
It's huge.
We'd
Life
like to
changing.
thank the Esports World Cup Foundation for inviting Tundra to this prestigious event.
Anything else?
It's a great honor for us to be invited, and everyone at Tundra would like to extend our sincere gratitude to the foundation for their continuous support, vision, and inclusion to this event. We've always disrupted the championship order, winning multiple tournaments, lifting trophies, and working with the
struggling with that auto cue there, blood.
The opportunity to showcase our competitive DNA to the world. So what's next? We're working hard, finalizing our rosters for the Esports World Cup.
What rosters?
And I look forward to
how
sharing
are
more
you
details
affording
with
those
you
rosters?
soon.
Yep, could you?
In the meantime, we'd like to pass you over to someone you might recognize.
Okay. Is it MBS?
ESL1 Birmingham proved to us that the heart and passion is there within our team. Our drive to compete has never been stronger, and we see Riyadh as our next proving ground. The team is hard at work scrimming to be ready to bring aggression, smarts, and strategies that will make our matches so exciting at the Esports World Cup. So Riyadh, get ready, we're coming for it all.
Okay, right. Oh, those dates again. Wow, okay, and that logo, that's kind of crazy. 21 fucking orgs, guys. 21 orgs, all shamelessly out there, sucking the teat. Some of them so big, like you didn't need to do any of this, you know. It's just like, just fucking stop. It's just kind of pathetic, you know, that like we can all see how transparent this all is, and sort of like the lack of disclosure, you know, is it's upsetting. It was technically 22, but the thing I like about this is T1, they just couldn't even be asked to record a video. So you know, I kind of fuck with their like almost. They just went, yeah, well, new challenge. We're gonna be there. We're fighting. Here's the logo. They didn't even do a video. They were just like, yeah, whatever. Can't even be asked. So, you know, we're not going to fuck off as well. Everyone's messaging me. Richard, stop. You're talking about Saudi. But there it is. That was it, really. That is actually it now, for reals. It was 22 esports organizations showing their ass out of 30. And it's like, listen, I don't know what the laws are around that, but it seems to me if you take money from somebody and they're running an event, and then you appear publicly to be contractually obligated to publish a video or promote their event, it seems baked into the money you accepted. You had to do that. You had to promote that event. And so I am pretty sure that in the eyes of some would constitute an undisclosed advertisement. Now, again, I am not a legal expert, but what I will do is, and I think it's fair to contact the experts about that, because that looks kind of not that great. Just saying. So yeah, 22. The bit's over, I promise you. It's been fun. It was good. It was good to drag the stream out for 2 hours doing that bit in a video on YouTube that the comments will deem into fuck up. I'm talking about Saudi, guys. You can't stop me. Stop WhatsApping me. And obviously, if you want to monitor all of the things that are being said about the Esports World Cup, all of the shills are all coming out in force, you can follow it on Twitter with hashtag Esports World Cup. And, you know, we're up to 22. They're all going to do it at some point. But check it out. It's because it's not just the orgs. There's like players in there saying, "Oh, can't wait to go," and then all you got to do is put hashtag ad in it. And then we're cool, right? But nope.